Yeah, looks like college life is good for you guys. Yeah.
I didn't bode well in like the academia part of college, as everybody knows. I did get passing grades and all that, but the college atmosphere that we get to feel is so real. It's like you don't get this anywhere else, where they have zero responsibilities.
None, right? Smoking cities. Yeah.
It's like you gotta pass classes, all right? There's people out here that are gonna do stuff, but it's wow. These kids got no responsibilities, no worries.
No.
It's awesome to witness and experience, and remember those days where no bills, no taxes, no nothing, nobody to answer to, really. And you. So last night, what the Detroit Lions were able to accomplish doesn't seem like a miracle in a lot of people's eyes at this stage, because the Detroit Lions have been able to flip their culture completely behind the scenes. Last half of the season last year, the Detroit Lions outscored everybody in the NFL, 29.7 points per game. That's number one in the league. Last night, Jared Goff outperformed Patrick Mahomes, who had some drops. Is this what we should expect from the Motor City Dan Campbell Lions every single week? And how do you think they went about doing it so quickly up there?
Well, I think, look, last night, I don't think they played their A game until the fourth quarter. They were 5 for 15 on third downs, and they got 3 of those third downs converted in the fourth quarter. They had 20 plays in the fourth quarter, and they gained over 100 yards, and that's where they won the game. I think their resilience, their toughness is modeled after their head coach, and if you're a Lions fan, you can honestly walk off that field and say, this wasn't our best game. We only scored 14 points offensively against the Chiefs team without Chris Jones. But there's so much more meat on that bone, and we can keep going, and we can continue to go. We did not see as much as Gibbs as we thought we were going to see. So, look, to me, they're a formidable. You go into Kansas City, you win, and I know Kansas City didn't have Kelsey and they didn't have Jones, and Tony and Sky Moore, both players were supposed to be really to pick up the slack. They had 8 targets and 1 catch for 1 yard. So I think Detroit's going to have to look forward to.
Big overrated pop from the fans here in Alabama. As soon as you mentioned that Tony name, because the Florida thing, I think they were talking about him being the next Tyreek Hill. He had great impact for them last year. Super Bowl makes a big play. I assume he's going to bounce back. Me personally, sure. I think Tony will bounce back. Needed this embarrassment, deleted his ex, will do his thing. Travis Kelce, though, obviously the key point of the offense. We hope he's back in 10 days with a bone bruise, but who knows? On the other side, Chris Jones up in the suite watching with his agents. That felt weird to me. I don't know why. How did you view it? And do you think that maybe was a time where Veach and Chris Jones and his agents, the Katz brothers, were able to sit down and shake their hands?
I think the Bosa deal makes it even harder because of Chris Jones, because you guys alluded to it, and AJ talked about it too. about what do you do with Mahomes? He's significantly underpaid. But what do you do with Kelsey? Kelsey makes $14 million a year. He's not even close to the top receivers in the league, and he's a receiver. So how do you get this? And we haven't seen the Bosa contract, but we know it's over $31 million per year. We know that. That'll be proven once we see it. What do you do with Jones, and how do you ignore Kelsey and Mahomes? I think that's the delicate situation.
I think it's 34, Lombo.
34.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen it. That's what they're putting out there, but it might be 34. Until it comes through the PA and through the NFL system and how it's spread and what it's guaranteed, everything's always different. But look, let's face it, Trish Jones deserves to get a raise. I agree. What's good about last night, Pat, is we're talking business. It's like The Godfather. This isn't personal. Our disagreements are business related. Jones wants a raise. The Chiefs need to give him a raise, but they're in a tough spot because they got Mahomes and they also got Kelsey. I mean, Kelsey had $14 million. I mean, he's not even the highest paid tight end. He should be the highest paid receiver because that's what he plays. And I think last night proved more than anything, they miss Kelsey even more than Jones.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. And we have a lot of respect for Shannon Sharp. I have a lot of respect for Shannon Sharp. I actually can't wait to live with him someday and do the Tuesdays on First Take with him.
Yes.
Big fan. He put a tweet out about Stone Cold Jones' value going up from last night. I saw it differently.
Me too.
Okay, all right. I don't want to be a hater either.
That's gotta feel good.
But it's just
I mean, he's a great player, but they held a Detroit Lion offense, which is really good, to 14 points. Credit Steve Spagnuolo and those guys. If you would have told Andy Reid before the game, we're holding Detroit to 14 points, he says, check, we'll win this game easy. And they lost 21-20. Now, I thought the fourth quarter got rather interesting, some of the decision-making in the fourth. When Andy Reid kicked that field goal, and I'm a big field goal kick guy, but he's up 17-14, 6 points in the fourth, going up 6 in the fourth quarter, to me is like, doesn't do you a lot of good. You got to get that touchdown there because being up 6, you're always on the seesaw. It's like checking into the presidential suite of a hotel at 10 o'clock at night. You got to check out at 7 in the morning. You can't enjoy it.
What's the purpose? This bed could be in any room. I agree.
Yeah.
Actually done that one time. So bad, so expensive. Should have just slept on a couch. I appreciate the way you view things, Lombo, because when you break it down, it makes me feel like, that's how. Do you think how all general managers think? Do you think is that why you have had success and how do you think Veach handles this? Ultimately,
I think that's Veach's problem. He wants to pay Jones, and he knows Jones. And look, the tape doesn't lie. And I said this before on the show. I say it on my show, the Lombardi Line. I say it on all the time. You can't overpay great players. You can't overpay great players. Like Chris Jones is a great player. You can't. What you get in trouble with is when you overpay a good player. When you overpay somebody and extend, we got to have that guy. If we don't have him, we're going to lose. Chris Jones is, you can't. Bosa's contract, you can't overpay Bosa. Bosa's worth every nickel of the deal. He changes the game. As Al Davis used to say all the time, he tilts the field. Guys that tilt the field, you got no problem playing. You got no problem playing Joe Burrow. We talked about this on Tuesday. We knew Mike Brown is. Mike Brown is accused of being stingy and cheap. He was going to pay Burrow. There was never a doubt about that. I thought it was ironic he did it on his father's birthday.
You think that's on purpose, right?
I think so. I really do. Mike Brown's the historian of the game. He understands it, and I think his father, I heard now, his father doesn't get enough credit for his impact on the game. I think it understands it.
I wonder if Joey Burrow's son was like, we're done here, right? I think we're a week and a half. So it changes over here. Okay, Ben, perfect. We're good. Thank you. Announce this thing. Joey's handled this perfectly, I think, the entire time as well. I assume he was kind of